One of the challenges with musky fishing, just in general, whether you're fishing the open water bite or any particular musky bite over the course of the season, is there is a magical switch with muskies. And when the switch goes on, they eat. And when the switch is off, they don't. And I've come full circle on this concept in my musky career. When I was younger, it was a lot easier on the ego to say, well, I didn't catch them because they're not biting today, right? And then eventually you become a better angler and you get more and more versatile with your techniques, and you start to have the idea, well, they're always biting, but you got to have the right thing on. Then eventually, if you do it enough, you get really good at most of the techniques, and you go back to, no, there's a switch. And when the switch is on, you catch them, and when the switch is off, you don't. Muskies, I think more than any other fish, it is just so kind of bizarre and intriguing and almost kind of creepy, like how wired together these fish are with when they eat. And I know some people have a hard time like buying into that concept. A lot of times when I'm guiding, you know, I'm just trying to get people to buy into the idea of, hey, like, we are fishing over these fish pretty much all day. I'm really confident, I know where they are. As far as lures go, you know, based on the conditions we have today, it's gonna be this, that, or the other thing. But there is a switch, and if you don't believe it, all you really have to do to see it firsthand and be like, wow, okay, there is a switch, is if you go to a tournament, a musky tournament. Like on the pro circuit, they actually have a format where instead of having live weigh-ins, they have a judge boat format. So everyone has a marine band radio in their boat, and when you catch a fish, you have to call a judge to your boat when you catch a fish. And so if you fish with your radio on, you can actually hear, right, when people are catching them and when they're not. In most tournaments, they all kind of go the same. We take off in the morning, and somewhere in the first few hours, the switch goes on. And it's, hey, we need a judge over here.
And all of a sudden, like 3 or 4 guys will catch them.
Or sometimes like 15 guys. Yeah. 15 guys will catch it. It's just, we need a judge here, we need a judge there, we need a judge here, we need a judge there. Just like fireworks going off, right? And if it's good conditions and a good bite, that window will last longer in time, and you might get, you know, a couple extra ones throughout the course of the day. But a lot of those tournaments, you'll get a window in the morning for maybe 45 minutes or so, give or take, depending on conditions and the bite. And then after that, it is radio silence for like 6 hours, man. And it doesn't matter who you are, what you're doing, and you know with a big field like that in a pro event that everything's covered. There's guys fishing open water, shallow, deep, everywhere in between, jigs, top water, jerk baits, trolling, you name it. Somebody's doing it, and it doesn't matter who you are and what you're doing. The switch is off, and they are not biting. Ooh, wind's picking up, James. Maybe we'll get a wind. Oh.
You're talking about those changing environmental conditions. The other thing, and I've seen it really big, is when one of those changes they actually occur simultaneously with moonrise or moonset. Simultaneously. I mean, one of the best days I know Jeremy and I had, we had a storm front rolling in simultaneously right on moonrise, and it was the weirdest thing in the world because Jeremy caught one, turned around, walked to the back of the boat, made another cast and reeled about 5 feet. He says, I got another one. It is bigger than the last one. In that probably half-hour period or 40-minute period, we hooked 7 fish.